Okay, folks, welcome back to the channel. First, I want to apologize for the last video, the intro of the last video. I was kind of exhausted and wanted to put it together, get it out there. I missed a lot of key points, including the wind and how it was affecting that bite. And this video, with the fishing aspect, was kind of the same conditions, and I'll kind of talk about why that was important. It was just another night where it was just a perfect storm of the bait, the wind, and the moon, and the tide. All four lined up, and it ended up being a really good night. As you'll see later on in the video, it was a little bit of a snag, which I've lost about $100 worth of plugs on, maybe more, fishing that spot that night. So you'll see me get a little bit frustrated later on in that video, but this intro might be a little bit longer before we get to that, because I really want to hit some key topic points in the way that wind was affecting that bite. First of all, the primary bait, pretty much for the most of the spring that I've had, has been bunker. I have not really seen anything else at all besides bunker. Very little small bait in this area, in this location. Maybe some little grass shrimps like this big swimming around and stuff like that. And a couple of spearing, but not like I've seen in the past years. But that would drive the bite, and on a different wind it might be better. Or might be decent fishing no matter what, especially close to that moon tide. But the southwest wind in this location did drive the bite. And then the southeast wind kind of drove the bite on a different tide. And of course now we have the fires, so we'll just pause that here and wait till that's done and come back. Okay guys, before we were interrupted so rudely by the probably the last fire siren on Long Island, it's talking about the wind and the tide and the southwest wind. Now, I'm still fishing a bay area, and as you can probably see, there is some structure to my right, which will remain nameless. If you know where it is, you know where it is, and if you know where it is, you probably know that it's usually a pretty decent bite this time of year there. So there's that. But so one thing about fishing on Long Island is it's round, and so are most of the bays and everything else. I'm not facing south. I was on the south side of a bay facing north, so the wind was at my back and over my left shoulder, coming from the southwest. So yeah, that drove the bunker in close, and voila, moon tide, right wind, right tide to hold them there, and it just went off. So that night, in the previous video I had them for an hour, this video I had them for about 3 hours. You kept hitting that snag and losing plugs, but quite a few fish, and you know, it was up to about 15 pounds that night. Later on in the week, and as we got off this moon, the wind kind of shifted southeast most nights, and that ended up being really good one night also, just about 6 days ago. So this video is probably almost 2 weeks old, the video that, you know, from the night that I'm fishing. I didn't get any video of the other night because I had left the GoPro at home and just didn't feel like going back for it. And, you know, I'm fishing at night because that's when I fish. You know, not my primary goal for making these videos isn't to make just videos. It's actually my goal is to go out there and catch fish, and what I catch on video I try to post. And I know it's not very much that you guys can see because it is primarily nighttime fishing. I know there's bluefish in the area now too, so I'll probably get out and go after them a few times, maybe to really warm up a little bit, maybe do some top water stuff, because that's fun. Diamond jigs, I mean, you can catch them on, but it's not really fun. More fun on the top water and watching them kind of blow up. I know that's kind of starting off and it's kind of heating up a little bit. But again, you know, like that wind set this bite up, and then, you know, when it went southeast, it kind of went with that opposite tide. So now from the outgoing was good. Now the incoming kind of got good with that southeast wind, because now the wind's coming the other way and the current's going that way, and that lit that bite up real good too. And I had a couple of fish to 20 pounds. I'll post a picture up on here and you guys can see with that. Put this video together. So, you know, if it was smaller bait, that I knew was the primary bait to keep this bite going pretty well, I probably would have shifted to the other side, because I know that stuff would have got blown in. But the only bait that I've really seen is that bunker. So that's the reason why I'm making the decision that I'm making. You kind of get out there to your spots, and local spots, you know, hit your local spots and hit them often, hit them on every wind, hit them on every tide, see what bait is around, see how the wind affects that bait. If you get an onshore wind blowing towards you and you go down there and you're seeing a ton of spearing in front of you, that might be the tide to be there. Fish are going to be close in on that spearing, and most of these fish were not far out. I wasn't really casting to the moon. Most of those fish hit me in close. Yeah, a few of them out a little bit, but you know, I'm throwing a metal lip, I'm not getting it out that far. You know, the mag daughter and the SP minnow and the bottle plug, yeah, I can launch those out there, but a metal lip isn't the greatest casting plug. You'll see that I had quite a few fish on that metal lip starting off before I lost it to the same rock pile that I lost the other one on the night before. And 3 bottle plugs and an SP minnow and a mag daughter. So yeah, add up the cost of that. And I don't make any money from making these videos, so it's not like even I can replace them that quickly. So you guys want, subscribe, because you know, the faster we get to 1,000 and 4,000 hours of viewed video, you know, the faster maybe I can replace some of those plugs. Just kidding, but you guys, if you do enjoy the videos, please do subscribe and like them. Let me move more on to this. I know I had more to say in regards to it. So yeah, definitely download a good app. I use Windfinder. I'm not obviously sponsored by them or anything else, but I know there's a few of them, Salt Strong or something else that these guys are pushing. Will tell you the wind, will tell you the good tides, even tell you when the best times to go fishing are. I mean, the best time of fishing is whatever time. The best time to go fishing is whatever time you can get off the couch and go, whenever you have time. That's always going to be my thing, is if you can go, go. You know, even if you think it's the wrong wind or the wrong tide, maybe check that spot out, see what's going on, move on. You know, try to find a better spot. Or try to find, you know, use those wind factors to your advantage. You know, you can kind of see where the wind is pointing. You want to put the wind at your back. You want to put the wind in your face. You definitely don't want to crosswind for the most part, because that's just going to make it more difficult to fish, at least. Really, I don't think crosswind helps you at all anyway, unless you're like into a cove and it's pushing bait into that cove. And then it might be all right, but I mean, if you got wide open areas to the right and left, you know, what is a crosswind going to do for you either way? Pushing bait. It's not. You really want something either directly out from you or directly in front of you. And, you know, those things are going to, again, shift during different parts of the year. Right now, I'm going to mainly stick with bunker if I can find it, because that's going to be where the big fish are, on that bunker. You know, that's what they're going to stick on. And that's really the bait that I've been seeing. And even now, I'm probably going to make a shift more where I'm going to be fishing more of the front side beaches, because I know that bigger fish are coming down the pipe, and probably on this moon, you're going to have bigger fish moving west to east, and they'll start hitting the inlets. I know that there's been a few fish further west than me, and I haven't traveled out there. I'm not going to. Now we're off that moon, and we're kind of coming close to the next moon. The next full moon should have some fish pushing in and moving. And then if I can get a good, especially northeast wind, I'm probably going to be out on the front side, because that northeast wind is going to bring that bunker, again, in close. There's bluefish around, there's bass around. Get those bluefish on that bunker and the bass playing cleanup. I had a real good bite last spring where the bluefish had the bunker pinned over the outer bar. Well, if I was putting the plug over the outer bar, I was getting the bluefish. If I was getting it past them, and on the inside of the bar, about halfway through the trough, I was getting all bass. And then, you know, that's where the bass was sitting on the inside, and the bluefish were just pushing the bunker in. I didn't have one bass out far, and I didn't have one bluefish in close. If I got it past the bluefish and got it into that trough, the bass were there. And that was another interesting night too, because, you know, I always preach, you know, if you think you're reeling too slow, reel slower. But that was a night where I was actually reeling it quite quickly, and that's how I even noticed that the fish were there, because they would not touch it slow. I was picking up the line, coming up over the bar, you know, coming tight with the plug, and that's when I got hit. So I got hit out far, and then slowed it down, brought it through the trough, didn't get hit. And I said, all right, let me pick up this retrieve and reel it faster. And again, casted it over the bar, brought it back over quickly, got hit, missed it, and kept that speed going through halfway through the trough, and then the bass would hit it. And that happened repeatedly over and over again. So again, play with your retrieve speeds. Could turn a nothing night into a good night. Back to wind, because now I'm getting off track as I usually do, and it's only a matter of time before somebody puts on a power tool, and you know, we have to pause again. So I knew it was going to be a little bit stronger of a wind that night than it was the previous night that I was out. I knew it might be slightly more of a crosswind. So I kind of bumped up my gear. I'm going to talk about this rod next. Right here. So these are both ODM EVO Evolutions. This is Nicole's. It's a 10-foot that she lost 2 inches of stop off of on a jetty. This rod will not be going near a jetty anytime soon. I didn't buy it for that. I bought this for you know, heavier back bay and fishing the front side applications. But I'll talk a little bit about this rod and give you my first impressions on it. It's a 3/4 to 5 ounce. It's this is the EVO. Nicole's is a 1-piece. This is a 2-piece 70-30 split. It says it's moderate action. I mean, I guess when you're used to fishing at GSB, everything is a fast action, but it's definitely much faster, and it does cast like a rocket. And you don't. That's the one thing about parabolic rods, is you don't have to put a lot into the cast. Less is more with these rods, I find. If you try to pump them out and crank them out like you used to fishing at GSB, where you can get that whip, they don't cast as well. You take an easy cast and the plug seems to go even further. I got it paired with a VSX 200, and Nicole's has a 150 on hers, probably because she wasn't using it. And I kind of bumped up the gear I was using from the 9-foot, for the reason that I figured that there could be some bigger fish around, and we were getting, you know, a couple of teen-sized fish, and usually as it gets on a little bit more into that moon, they get a little bit bigger. And also, I wanted the faster action rod, because I knew I might have a little bow in my line. So if I have a little bit more bow in my line with the faster action rod, well, that rod tip's going to recover a lot quicker. It's also not going to bend as less, so I can get the slack out of the line, get the hook into the fish's mouth a lot quicker and easier than I can throwing a GSB, which has, you know, a little bit slower in action, and it's going to bend a little bit more before that line comes tighter, and that's just more time to not hook that fish. Whereas the Evolution is going to stay mainly straight, going to pick up that slack, it's going to set that hook a little bit quicker. So that's why I decided to go with that rod. It worked out pretty fine. My first impressions of this rod after using it 2 or 3 times is it is an excellent rod. It really is. It's super sensitive, super light, cast great, and handles fish great. So that's that rod. And again, I'm not sponsored by Lama Glass or ODM or any other rod company, or are we affiliated with it. I buy my own gear, and this way I can say what I want about it. So there's that. And you know, I was throwing bottle plugs in, as you'll see, and metal lips and a mag daughter and everything in this video, and the fish were hitting it. They weren't very picky, and I liked using the metal lips because they had only one set of trebles on them. I don't know if you guys noticed, on that bottle plug I got a single hook on the back, so a little bit easier to get them off the hook and not have to worry about them swinging around and catching my waders, or worse yet, my hand. So I'm going to let this video roll. I am sorry for the long introduction. I just wanted to kind of clear some things up, because it kind of sounded like I think I confused some people when I said that it was a southwest wind and the bunker were at my feet, and maybe some people thought that I was facing south when I was actually facing north. Like I said, get out there on these winds and these tides. You got the moon coming up, probably I think the 11th. So fishing should start to heat back up a little bit. It definitely got a little slower probably the past 5 times that I was out, just picking fish, not really seeing too much bunker, or the bunker is in there very briefly. You get a quick shot at them, and then they're gone. At least in the area where I'm fishing. I can't speak for every area, but you can use the wind in every area, and you can use a good wind finder app, which will show you the wind direction. And kind of wind finder I like because it actually has a map that you can put on anywhere, you know, and it'll show you that wind direction, and you know how is actually where you're standing look. You know, you can think about it in your head like, all right, I'm facing south, but really if you looked at the wind finder, well, you're not really facing south. You're facing southwest. You know, you're on a point that kind of sticks out a little bit and curves, and that kind of like angles you a little bit more as you're standing, or you can angle a little bit more, put it back into the wind, and maybe how that bait's gonna come in. So use that in the spots that, like I said, it has the map, and you know, you can use that to your advantage to get yourself in a good position. Even if you just want to put the wind at your back instead of throwing it in your face, or making it easy for yourself to fish, or maybe someplace where you think, all right, I'll be a little protected from the wind because I really want to fish a nice back bait spot that I know that's holding some bait traveling through. Which, you know, what I'll probably do later on this week, and this tide kind of flips around a little bit back to that spot where I was bucktailing those fish, because I know that spot can heat up pretty well also, but I need the right tide. So, all right, guys, so that's all I'm going to say. If you guys like these videos, please like and subscribe. And we're getting close to 1,000, so it's pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all you guys. I know I have my guys that always comment, and I really appreciate that. And I like going back and forth with you guys about that. And you guys do give me ideas, or you do bring things up that I miss, so I can go back and I can correct that in the next video. And I know that there was other things that I wanted to talk about with this, and I'm sure I'll remember them, and then I'll be like, all right, well, we'll throw that in the next video. All right, guys, so without further ado, check out this night. Again, another pretty good, solid night of fishing, besides for the snakes. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. Hope to see you out there. Just, again, not on my rock. Thanks. A little bit windy down here. I don't know how well this is going to pick it up. I anticipated that wind, and I kind of beefed up the gear a little bit tonight. I'm fishing a brand new rod that I've never fished before. It's an ODM Next End. No, ODM Evolution. So it's a rated 3/4 to 5 ounces. Very light, very sensitive. Planning on throwing some bigger plugs that I can punch into this wind a little bit. The water's pretty clear. We'll see what happens. I got here a little bit early. I want to take a few casts with this rod. Get used to it a little bit. The current hasn't picked up. So when that current picks up and I start fishing, we'll come back, and later on in the video we'll go over the rod I was using, and the reason why I decided to go with this rod over the other ones that I had. This rod I picked up just this winter. It's brand new. I got it paired with a BS X2. It's just a regular BS X92, A200. All right, guys. So this tide picks up, and we'll see what happens here. We'll come back. All right, folks, turned into a pretty good night with this new rod here. Here's the third fish I've had on, all on metal lips. Oh, dropped that one. All right. Good, quick release. There's a smaller fish anyway. Get back out there. Basically fish splashing at my feet. You know, those videos I can't post for a while. Oh, that's why it's fucked up. I think that was just waves. Cast. Metal lip was interesting. Almost every cast with this metal lip. Almost every cast with this metal. So it feels like she's got some weight to her. Through all the bunker. Oh, they're pulling the fish, the bunker are going nuts. Folks, there she is.
Still using that metal lip?
I am still using that metal lip.
I hate you.
Alright guys, we're back. Broke you off. What is going on here? What is going on here? Oh, got another one. Cameras all over the place here. That one wasn't. Another nice fish. There guys. And a nice fish on the metal lip. So easy on hook that one. Get that one hooked, let it back in the water, come back. Come on buddy, you gotta swim back. See you later now. Alright folks, we lost the magic metal lip. But now we're throwing a mag rod. What is this fish doing? Potato out there and probably hook one. Cookie coated 12-pound fish all night long. Nice mag daughter, why not? understanding everything. All right, fish. See you later. Off she goes. You can't leave in this. You can't leave in this. How do you keep breaking? You have a broken guide? What? You have a broken guide? Where's it breaking off at? Oh, that's right on your swivels. This is what dreams are made of. This rod is a beast though. So sensitive, so light. This one just gave up. This is just like, all right, yeah, reel me in, take the hook out of my mouth, let me go. Look, he's just like, look, oh God, that's the smallest one. Jesus, why do you need to eat more? Oh God. Yeah, now he fights. He fucking fights, ran himself right up on shore. Alright, cool. Let this fish go. Oh, we still got 38%. I got all of the battery. It worked too. It was working good too, and then I lost mine.
Yeah, I could have. Lauren and I had a conversation. I have an apparatus. And they said, those boats you can drive from fucking Rhode Island. I'm like, yeah, okay.
No fucking. You all do the same shit.
Yeah.
This
This is a junior, so it swims a little deeper.
These things would have hit. These things would have hit a potato chip if you put it in front of them before. You get them on the other side too. You out of here? Brian, have a good one. Another good one.
Yeah.
Another good one in the books. Have fun, guys. Hey, folks, well, now we lost the back though. They put on a bottle plug. This fish crushed it. I can't fucking believe it. Well, win some, lose some. See if we can't go out there and get on there. The first cast on that bottom plate too, he whacked it. Jesus, I just dropped another one. Oh, I didn't get a good hook set on that fish. I knew it. Jesus. All right, well, let's try that again. That's probably part of the problem here. Just under my, over my hood instead of under it. Fish in a row on that outlook. Again. Oh, there he is. Oh, jeez. Wow. Huh. There again. There he is. Oh, what the fuck? Clip that. No, this one let that run. What is up with this? No, there's nothing wrong with these hooks. They're brand new. And hook him. So I'm come tight with this thing. There he is. Crowdaways. That's kind of why I picked this rod. Smaller than the rest of them. The other ones were much nicer. Little guy. All the ones I drop, the little guy stays on. I gotta unhook this fish, let it go, and flip it from here and come on back in a minute. Bottle pork fish. Oh no. Great nights of fishing so far this spring, guys. A lot of great nights. They just haven't cast on this bottle. I just can't keep it in. A lot of bone now, line. A lot of meat. Going through the bunker. That's a fish. I'm not going to try to swing them around me. Just gotta pull them straight out of here. He's staying down. He's not even coming up. They all feel big in this current. Well, most of these fish have been about 10 to 12 pounds or so. Well, just the way he was hooked, I guess, it felt a lot heavier. Still about a 10-pound fish. Let me get this boy on hook, let him go. Come on back. Alright folks, let's go out for another one. Maybe this guy's jumping. Nope, it's a bass. He hooked silly. He's about to get off. Oh, okay, good. He's gone. No problem. Guess I gotta touch him. Alright guys, I'm just casting it, coming in contact with it, keeping tight with the plug, and giving it a twitch every 3 or 4 frames. And you see how that's working. Heavier each time. Oh, that one. This one. This really might be the biggest one I've ever liked. Look at that corner. It really has to be up. I feel the hooks already pulling. Alright. Fuck. None of the fucking, he broke the fucking one. I can't fucking believe this shit. I don't know what happened there. The line's all frayed up. I have a feeling he dragged me into a rock and he shaped up the braid, and that was the end of that. So you can retie and put on a different plug. Come on back. Probably change his battery too. And change colors of bottle plugs here. And they don't seem to mind this color either. My line was pretty frayed up, so it just got me on the rocks. This looks like another pretty decent one too now. It's the other way too. Yeah, rocks. can't really get those yellow overdose bottle plugs anymore. Got a fresh battery. Not like it's something I'm seeing on my number. I like to goof up the line number here. That's a nice fish. That's a real nice fish, folks. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Maybe we don't know if this fish are going to inspect this line. It looks fine. It's just something in the light. Alright. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a good one. Like I said, there were some quality ones in here. The little parrot daughter. Bottle plug rather. Not bottle. And the favorite color still. Favorite for me. I don't know if the fish care. But this is a nice one. One of these just on there too, wasn't it? It was just on. Oh folks, we got lucky with this one. Let's see how this one goes. Alright, 15 pounds, not bad. Nicest one so far. Up spot in the line here. The line roller is working fine. Everything's working fine. It's a brand new reel, brand new rod. I think it was just from those fish dragging into whatever the hell it's dragging into. Keep an eye on that, obviously. Maybe that bottle plug was just casting it out. Bunker. There he is. I just hit the cast. Drop that one. Should get another one to hit it. You want to look at this line when I pull it in. Make sure that there's no more problems with it. Up again. Yeah, give me another cast. We gotta fix that first. Oh. You on? Yeah. All right. Fish for everybody. The little guy.
You brought your bottle plug tonight.
Huh? Who is that?
I see you brought your bottle plug tonight.
Who is that?
One here the other night that was getting your bottle.
Oh, yeah. Well, I figured with this wind,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think I had a couple of more after you guys left. They really slowed down. Yeah, I lost a nice bottle too, man. I'm pissed. This is like my favorite bottle to throw. Gold over yellow. And I don't know, the one got frayed me up over there, and brand new line, brand new rod, brand new reel. The first time I'm using this rod.
What rod?
It's the ODM.
The EVO?
Yeah.
I think everybody bought an EVO this winter. I didn't like it, honestly. I fished my buddies. I wasn't into it.
All right, folks, we're back. This is another, feels like a heavy fish. This feels like a real nice heavy fish. Playing in the current too. Yeah, took a little run. Coming through. He's gonna turn it the last second. Just hooked weird. Oof, right in the eye. Man, let me see this plug left and right. Alright, I'm gonna hook this one and get it back. Dropped it back on me. Hold them on those rocks. See, every time on those rocks. Check the line. Yep, and look. No, that's just enough. I might move down past you to get the fuck away from this rock pile. See all the poachers we hear on the incoming. Yeah. Oh! I called and yelled at him again tonight. He called me back at 3 o'clock in the morning. Huh?
Oh, that's when
No. The DEC, he called me at 3 o'clock in the morning. He got me on the fucking rock pile again, dude. Every time they swim over that rock pile, they cut me off. Fuck.